Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Breaking Keyfabe. I am your host, Larry, or Brandon Walker, whichever you prefer for this, and I am going to be interviewing Jan Mattsa. I believe is how you pronounce his name. If I'm saying it wrong, I hope you could tell me if I am saying it wrong. But I got questions lined up for him, and we're also going to go over UWA's upcoming show. Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. Did I say your name right? Is it Jan Mattsa?
Jan Mattsa.
Jan Mattsa?
Say however you want.
Oh well, I don't want to be disrespectful. That's why I'm like asking because I don't want to be butchering it if I am, but I hope I did try to say it right.
Yeah.
But how are you doing?
Good.
Good, good. Well, I think we could jump right into it and ask the first question here. What's the story behind your mask and how does it reflect your personality?
So, I've always been obsessed with masked characters in wrestling, and when I first started wrestling, I kind of just bought a mask for the crack, and when I started doing like little bits with it and wrestling with it, I started to realize that it was a part of me. The mask, I can't wrestle without it.
And throughout your whole career, you've always had a mask. You've never had it off.
No, I've had it off. I've had it
Oh,
off once.
oh.
So
Was it like a mask situation where if you lost your mask?
no, so I started off wrestling without it.
Oh,
Uh, was only when I joined UWA that I wore the mask and I donned the mask.
okay. Welcome, Hex. Hex is in the house, everybody. Welcome.
Oh,
How did you get into wrestling? What inspired you? You said you like mask characters. Are they the ones that inspired you, or did something else inspire you to get into the business?
so I've been a fan of wrestling since I was a kid, and I just kind of went around looking for places and found one, started wrestling, and I loved it. Um, with like wrestlers in terms of who've inspired me to do this: Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, more of the spooky style of characters.
Okay. What's the most challenging part about being in wrestling and being a wrestler?
Um, for me, the commitment when things get tough, um, sticking through till the end. It's it's not an easy feat.
Okay. Welcome, Ethan Dixon. Welcome, Connor Stewart. Is that one of your friends?
Yeah, best mate.
Nice, nice. Can you tell us about your training and preparation for shows and matches?
Um, in terms of what I do.
Like your training, like what you've done for training, like what it was like for you training and how you prep for a show or a match.
So main things I focus on before a match is getting my training sessions in terms of in ring ability and the gym. So they're the main two, and diet. They're the main three: in ring training, gym, and my diet.
Okay. Ethan asks, "How are you doing, Jan?
Doing all right.
How do you balance your wrestling career with your personal life?"
Um, think I just try and split it as evenly as I can. Um, it's a bit difficult, but I get it done. Just try and split it because it started out for me, wrestling was just a hobby, and as it goes on, it started to become more like this is my life. So from being like where I focused more on my personal life, it's now I'm focusing more on wrestling than other stuff.
Ethan asks, "Where did you get that mask from, bro?
Etsy,
Etsy?
yeah, it's amazing for masks.
And they custom made that for you? Or is this something that you just found in the store?" Etsy.
Custom made, I think.
Wow, that's impressive. So your mask is on display in stores where people can actually go buy it.
Think so, yeah. There's styles of this mask that I've seen about, like
Okay,
colours.
that's awesome. And you chose specifically black. You didn't. You're never going to change it up though from the black, are you? Or are you going to maybe do that as you maybe evolve more within the sport going forward?
We'll see. I've got an idea.
Okay, well said. Welcome, Mia O'Dwyer. Did I say that right, Mia?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Hi, cousin. Now, how would you describe your wrestling style and how has it evolved since you first started?
So when I first started, it was um because I came from like a martial arts background where I was doing like boxing and stuff like that before coming into wrestling. So I had more of a striking style to where I was using my hands and my feet more than grappling with people. And over time, it's just gotten more aggressive. So I do the same stuff, just more aggressive.
Okay. Welcome, Martin Thomas Rhodes. So you do the same stuff but more aggressive. Do you want to give us like do you mean like you work more stiff or does that mean you just like know how to make it look more violent or are you just straight up violent?
Um, I try to make it look more violent.
Okay.
Um, I think it's hard for me to work on because that's one of the main problems that I've got. Trying to be violent without actually hurting someone. That is my main problem.
Well said. Well said. Do you want to give us the background on your character in general, the person that you are, like the wrestler that you are? Do you want to tell us the background of it, like the story? Is there like any particular story?
So the character of Jan Mattsa from he's a vessel of darkness in itself. So darkness will send him out to do their pretty much do their dirty work.
What's the motivation for the character? What are your motivations?
Um, but in terms of I don't understand.
Okay, so like your character, how you just told me how he was. What's your character's motivations? Like what drives him?
I think he's just mainly fueled off of rage, but
Okay.
his his attacks and stuff like that are that he tries to make them methodical, so they're they're planned while being aggressive.
Okay. Oh,
So,
uh, Kirsty Rinnison is here and Chris Cannon, and she said hello, guys. Or they said hello, guys, because I know that Chris is on that side too. So I think they're both here with us. Did I cut you off at all? Or were you trying to say something? My bad.
now I was just saying hello. Hi,
Cool.
Cannon.
Um, Now, when it comes to your moves in the ring, what are your favorite type of moves to use?
Um, I think my three. I always go with like my top three favorite
Okay.
moves in general to do. So there's obviously the Sister Abigail, which I use a lot. Um, I use the Hidden Blade, which, well, I'll change the name of that, but it's pretty the back to the back of the head. And I do a running knee as well. They're one of my three favourites. Mainly moves that involve me jumping towards someone and hitting them, or them landing on their head, pretty much.
Are you do you like to get extreme with your moves? Like do you like to use stuff that are extreme like a table, a chair, like do you like to use weapons as well when the time comes?
Love a good weapon.
What's your preferred?
Right now, chairs, because chairs is the only thing I've used. Yes,
Um
Chris, my
yeah.
back still hurts.
Oh, is this from what happened at the first show or is this a trick? What happened?
Yeah, I'll get you for that. Your time will
Ooh,
come. I'll get you for that.
strong words, strong words. And we will be going over the UWA show that is coming up. But I do also want to ask, how was it at the first UWA show for you?
It was amazing. It went better than I expected it to go, and the fans are amazing. But yeah, I think for our debut show, smashed it.
Well said. Kendo sticks are the best, says Ethan Dixon. And yes, your comments are coming through. What do you have to say about that? Kendo sticks are the best.
They're nice. They're nice.
How do you handle the physical demands of wrestling and what do you do to recover?
Rest, rest as much as you need, but don't over rest. So, like, if I have a rest day, I'll have one rest day, and then I'll be back up on my feet. Even if I need to rest, I'll rest. But I always try and stay on my feet.
Well said. Well said. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well, Ethan. How are you doing, Jen?
Doing good.
That's good. Um, Now, what's your personality like outside the ring, and how does it differ from your in-ring persona?
Um, my in ring persona is a lot more aggressive than I am outside of the ring. Um, I don't really know how to pinpoint like my outside. personality. I think that's up to other people to say.
Okay,
I'd say
understood.
Chris would know that the best.
Mm. Chris, you also get trained by Chris at the UWA training facility, one of your trainers, yes?
Yes.
Um, were you trained by him like when you first started in like wrestling in general? Were you trained by somebody else?
When I first started wrestling, I think I was trained by Persona first, and then I was trained by Lee Hartley.
Ooh, nice, nice. And going from that, how was the training? Was it very physical, demanding? Because I know Chris to be like a drill sergeant, but freaking Lee Hartley, what was his stuff like, and what was Persona like?
Um, Persona was Personas was good. I think I didn't train for him as long as the others because I took a break from wrestling for a couple of months. Um, but he's very he's very hands on, and he likes his high flying. He loves his high flying.
That's awesome.
um, with Lee again, he was high flying, but he was technical. So I think all three of them were different in some ways, but in some ways as well, they were similar.
Nice. Welcome, stay, Terrence George O'Dwyer. He said, "Hope you are well, son."
Hey, Dad.
Oh, that's your dad.
That's my dad.
Hi, Dad. Now, do you want to tell us how you connect with fans and what do you think is the most important part about of the connection? Or would you say you're more of a heel where you kind of don't really have those with fans?
I think if the fans want to like me, they can like me, but I don't like them. So, but no, I try to portray more of a heelish character, but again, it's up to the fans.
Ethan asks, is wrestling going well for you?
It's going good. It's going very good.
That's good. Now, do you want to tell us about any memorable fan like interactions that you've had with fans?
Um, I mouthed off at a kid the other show.
Repeat,
I think
repeat
that's
that?
at the show
Yeah.
after Chris Cannon beat me up. Um, there was a kid who was shouting at me, very very nasty kid, and I looked at him and I mouthed off at him. I
That's
said, "Stay away from me. Get some nasty kids."
Yankee Santiago, who I will possibly be interviewing in the future. Great man, by the way. I've seen him do what I saw him first on the backyard wrestling circuit. Now he's doing his pro thing and big things for him in the future going forward. And he said, "Yo, hope you guys are doing well. Where can we find you company wise? Any socials? Do you want to?" I could tell him that it's on Facebook. Don't you guys also have a TikTok and an Instagram?
Yes, we do.
Yes, right there, Yankee are their socials. Um, and also you can it's called UWA. Go check them out. They actually have a show coming up on March 28th, which we shall be going over here when the time comes. Is there anything you would like to tell Yankee that he should know?
It's going to be amazing.
Okay, well said. Now, how do you think your mask helps or hinders your ability to connect with fans?
I think when it comes to connecting with fans, with them, it's a sense of mystery. No one knows. Well, some people do, but the fans don't know what I look like behind this mask. So it leaves people wondering.
Okay, I like that.
Um, I try
And
not to
what?
connect. I try not to connect with the fans because, like I said earlier, I don't really like them.
But if you have to interact with them, you will interact in some way, whether it be like a heelish thing, and you'll just be like, do what you do.
I will still interact with them. I don't just completely blank fans.
Yeah, you get that reaction. That's good. You're getting a reaction. That's good. Now, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now, and how are you working to overcome it?
Um, Nerves. Main problem is nerves. Um, I think the main thing to overcome it is just keep doing shows. The only way you can overcome nerves is to put yourself in that situation, no matter how scary it is.
What goals do you have, and how do you plan to achieve them?
Um, I think everyone's end goal is WWE, obviously, but I'm not going to say I'd love to be there, but I'd settle for, I'd, if needs be, I would settle for AW or something like that. I want my name out there.
And I would
I'd want,
imagine you'd also like probably go to Mexico or Japan too.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Mexico. I'd love to go to Japan. Um, I'd love to go all over the place and wrestle. I think when it comes to having like the end goal is WWE, I want to go all over the place before I settle there, if it happens.
Understood. And you want to get your name out more, as you said. You want to get your name out there.
Yeah,
Um, Ethan said what your comment said earlier about the fans interactions. He said, "I'm a good guy, but a kid swore at me, so I had a go at him." And he said, "I was really nervous at first, but now they don't exist, mate. Keep it up, keep at it, and it will disappear." He says.
good advice.
Your father just said maybe take that title off Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe.
I will get that title at some point. I will get that title. So I don't. I say I don't talk about it. I do. Um, my dad is dating the sister of Joe Hendry, so at some point I do want to get that title off of him.
So you're related to Joe Hendry, basically.
In a sense, but not via blood.
Wow, though that's pretty cool. I mean, dude, that right there, maybe he could help like get your ticket there to where you want to be, but it also would be like you also want to get out there by yourself as well. So it seems like you are pushing yourself to do so you can make it up to the big time in your words.
I think with it, I want to try and work my way up by myself. Obviously, help is good, but not that much help.
Yeah, understood. Like that. Got that fire and determination. Welcome Lottie, who I will be interviewing on next Monday, and welcome Hunter Ellis, who we've had on here before. He recently got his wrestling school open, Strong Strike Wrestling, Strike Strong Wrestling with others, and it's really good over there. Would love to see you there sometime.
Be nice.
Oh yeah. What's the most important thing fans should know about you?
Um, I think be very careful because as much like I am aggressive, the character is aggressive. Don't push him. Be careful.
Your father stated, I think he's talking about Joe Hendry. He's a very busy man at the moment, but one day you will meet him and get advice, etc., and maybe a little wrestle. Ooh.
If I can get that, it'll be one of the best days of my life.
Mhm. How has wrestling changed since you started, and what do you think the future holds for wrestling?
I think since I've started, not much has changed. I've only been in the business for I think a little over a year. So for me, not much has changed. I think the future, depending, especially with it's scary to think of the future when it comes to the indie scene. But I do hope it can hold its own, especially the Northeast scene. I do hope it can hold its own because I'd love to go wrestle all over the place in the indies.
Now, UWA is practically your home company right now. Have you are you looking to go other places like Firestar, Alba, Dropkick, Imperial?
I'd love to. I'd love to wrestle wherever. So
Okay.
if there's any promoters out there, give me a message.
You heard it from the man himself, everybody. Oh man, I can't wait for it. You have a bright future. Um, what's the biggest misconception that you think people have about you?
Um, I think in terms of character-wise, because obviously I'm not a very tall person, but I'm still pretty strong, pretty big. I think people tend to see me and think he's a bit small to be doing the stuff that he does, but I can do it.
Never count out the little guy. No matter how tall, small, or big you are. I think it really matters on if you can actually go the distance in wrestling and actually do the wrestling because you could look big, you could look small, you could look tall, but if you don't got like the ability or anything like that, you're not gonna get far with just your looks, you know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being a pro wrestler?
Um, the atmosphere at shows is one of the best things I've ever felt, like at all. First show, as much as it was nerve-wracking, it was the best feeling I've ever had.
What was it like performing? What's it like performing in front of a crowd? Like you see all those people hyped up and ready, and like I understand you play the heel, but the feeling must just be unlike anything you've ever felt.
It is. I feel like when you're behind that curtain, the nerves are. It's it is scary. But as soon as you step out of that curtain, it feels like the nerves just disappear. So it's just taking that step to get out of that curtain and be who you are.
Welcome Donna Dwyer. Welcome Prince Dagon of IWF. Ryan Chaplow, the
Um,
Imperial referee, is here as well. Your dad stated dad's only 5'4" kid, but can still move. Laugh out loud.
we are both very, very short, but we can both move.
You know the expression, right? You're tidy but mighty.
That is very true.
um, what have you learned about yourself through wrestling?
Um, I don't know. Um, I'm a lot more capable at stuff than I think I am. I like to doubt myself a lot, and when I actually get to do the thing that I'm doubting myself on, I realise I can do it, and there was no point in doubting. So I think I've came to realise that I need to have a bit more confidence in myself, and when I do, I can get things done.
Is there something that you've maybe done in like a match or a situation in wrestling that you were trying to do, but you just couldn't perfect it until you finally perfected it?
Um, I think the the hidden blade that I do, when I first did it, I did it horribly, and I stopped using it for a while. And now that I'm using it again, I've just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and I haven't perfected it yet, but I'm getting there.
Understood. How do you handle criticism and feedback?
Don't take any of it to heart. As um, I mean, Chris Cannon always says, like, criticism is it's just criticism. Take it on the chin, don't take it to heart, but always keep it in your head and work around it.
What's some of the best advice you have been giving throughout your journey in pro wrestling?
Um, ooh, I need to think about that now. I've had a lot of advice, but I don't know. Um, I think the main thing I always just think of is to dream big, no matter how big the dream is. Chase it. Like it might seem like you'll never get there with it, but if you chase a dream and you have the passion for it, you will make it. So I'd say that dream big, no matter how big the dream is.
Amen to that, brother. Now you're going to be at the show on March 28th, March Mayhem, where you are going to take on the Polish party prince, Jakub. What do you have to say to Jakub, and do you want to tell us what you feel, how do you feel about this matchup coming up?
I think there's not a lot to say. Jakub, I know you very well, but it's different
when I'm in the ring. So buckle up. It's not going to be an easy ride.
Ooh, strong words. Lockdown versus Hex. What do you have to say about that one?
Oh, um, I think we need to wrap Hex in bubble wrap because that's the only way he's surviving that. And I think Lockdown would say the same thing. Protect yourself at all costs.
Like, you're saying Hex should protect himself?
Yes,
Okay.
Lockdown is
Okay.
one big man.
Him and Chris are two of the biggest in your guys' show.
Yeah, well, I nearly
Um,
had Chris beat, so
yeah. Yeah, you took that chair shot.
yeah. Ow.
Jakob is mint, and I will be there cheering him on from ringside, says Hex. Wow.
Jakob couldn't lace my boots.
Ooh, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, he says.
Aye, but no. There's a limit with that.
What's the limit?
The limit is Lockdown. Lockdown is the limit for that. He does not fall. He does not fall. He will knock your ass out.
Ooh, it's heating up. Heating up before the 28th. You guys may start fighting even before the 28th begins. Let's save it for the show. Bypass versus Alley Cat.
Superhero versus supervillain. Now, I'd love to see a win from Ali Cat because from what I've seen from him, he's amazing, and from the conversations I've had with him as well, he is amazing.
Well said. Friends versus BFG for the UWA Tag Team Championships.
Hmm. Well, BFG, I've never heard of them, so
Oh,
um, the friends, the friends are one of the best tag teams I've seen in the indie scene. So I'd say I think they've got it in the bag.
welcome Katie Croft Morant. And the last match that I have listed, because I know that there was complications with another match, but that will be revealed in due time. No DQ, Lucian Graves versus Chris Cannon.
Oh, all I'm going to say is I'm glad I'm nowhere near that match because that Lucian is mental. I'd love to step in the ring one time with him, but he is mental. And Chris Cannon, because of what you did to me the last show, I hate you. So I have not. I've got no else to say towards you.
So you're going to be watching it closely, but you're not going to be anywhere near the match, though.
No, no, I don't want my head bitten off by Lucian. Thank you.
Well said, well said. March 28th, everybody. UWA March Mayhem. Now, throughout your wrestling career so far, if you could give me top five competitors that you have faced, whether it be tag, singles, multi-man, what were your top five? matches, or even top 7. I like to sometimes do 7 if you could give me 7. But if you only got top 5, I understand that as well.
Is this for people that I have fought?
Well, yeah. Like people that you've been in the ring with, tag team, singles, multi-man, or multi-women, like, because I would imagine you've
Well,
also faced men and women.
I think I've I've only had 2 singles matches so far under my belt.
Okay.
Um, that are on shows, but from people that I have wrestled in terms of training and practice matches and stuff, I'd say 5 would be my good friend Turk, because as much as him and I are still trainees, he can keep his own, and he's amazing. Um, I think 4 would be Lottie, because it's the same. She's new to the business, and she is amazing. She's one of the best female wrestlers that I've been in the ring with. So that one's that. Um, Third would be Lucian Graves. As much as he is terrifying and has tried to bite my head off multiple times, he's a really good competitor, and I'd love to step in the ring with him one day on a show. I'd say 2 would be Lee Hartley.
Ooh.
Um, he is amazing, and he was my old trainer, and I'll always have that soft spot for him. And in number 1 would be Chris Cannon, because
Okay.
he brought me up as high as he can into this business, and he's not done. So as much as I hate him for what he did to me the last show, thank you, Chris Cannon.
And speaking of that, Katie just stated, Jan, you held your own against Cannon and was an amazing watch.
I'm glad the fans are opening their eyes. Cannon's a fraud.
Welcome, Alfie Jackson, one half of the detriment. Welcome.
Hello, Alfie.
Now, do you have maybe a top 5 or top 7 dream matches you would love to have that you would like to go toe to toe with somebody?
Oh, yeah. So, in no order,
Okay.
I'd say I'd want to fight Shinsuke Nakamura.
Wow. Who?
Um, I'd want to fight, I'd say Uncle Howdy for, that one's mainly for me, because Bray is my favourite wrestler of all time, and to be able to fight Uncle Howdy will be a dream come true for me. Um, I'd say Kevin Owens. He's a good one. I think me and him, when it comes to style, we're a lot alike. We're both big people who can do not so big people stuff. Kenny Omega, Jay White,
Okay.
and
Those are, those are
yeah,
top 5. Unless you have
top five.
more, like I said, top 7 would also be good too. Do you have maybe 2 more or a few more?
Um, I think Finn Balor, he'd be someone that I'd
Ooh.
like.
Okay.
In terms of people that is a bit more realistic, I'd love to fight Jam Dog and Lucian at some
Ooh.
point.
Ooh.
And Dagon, if you're still in here, love to have a match with you at some point.
I think we would all love to see those dream matches that you stated. And how I see it, do you have a bright future? So the journey is going to be long, but you have dreams, and it seems like you really want to catch after those. So keep fighting and doing what you're doing, brother. Seriously. Anybody else that comes to mind, maybe?
Um, I think Nate Sawyer,
Ooh,
Nate, Nate Sawyer, another masked wrestler. He's terrifying. Don't get me wrong, but I think me and him we'd have a good run.
I would love to see that. Your father stated the journey has just begun, son.
I know this is just the
Um, I have no idea what happened. It looked like he was where'd he go? You good?
I haven't got a clue what just happened.
I'm not sure either. Did you accidentally click on something or?
I got a notification saying that my time on Facebook is up. Apparently, I've got a time limit for Facebook. That's off now.
Huh. I never even knew there was a time limit for Facebook. Facebook is weird.
Oof.
Well, I mean, at least you're back. And do you mind continuing what you were saying on after your father said the journey has just begun, son?
Yeah, this is just the beginning for me, and my passion for wrestling is bigger than anything I've seen. So I always say wrestling is my life, and it always has been, and always will be. So if I can go big in this, it would be my life. It'd be my life mission to go big in wrestling.
Well said, well said. Now, I know that you're still in your career and you got a long ways to go, but what would you want to say that you want your legacy to be?
I want people to fear the character of Jan Mattsa. I want I want people to they can love me or hate me. I couldn't care less. But the people who love me should still fear me. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
sir, those those were the questions I had, really, and I just want to say thank you again for giving me the time of day to do this with you, and I would love to have you back on in the future, and I want to wish you luck for March Mayhem on March 28th, where you will face the Polish Party Prince Jakub, and a bunch of other bangers will be there. And good luck to you, sir. And do you have anything you'd like to say in closing thoughts?
Message to Jakub. Like I said before, beware. Because you don't have Hex by your side this time. He can be a ringside, but he can't get in.
Ooh.
So it's just me and you in that ring. Be careful. You got your life ahead of you.
Well, strong words there from the man himself. And in closing, we all hope everybody has a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Peace out.